Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ramachandra, Vande Mataram, Namaste to one and all, and I hope you all had a great Deepavali. I would like to make this video to explain the reasons behind me refraining from making a prediction about the next president of the United States. There are a couple of reasons behind this, very important ones, and since a lot of people have asked me to predict who would be the next president, I wanted to make this video to explain why I'm not going to make that prediction and why I generally do not make predictions about elections. Number one, to go about it very quickly, we don't have verifiable data. People say that there are birth certificates of both the candidates. Yes, I do have the birth certificates of both the candidates. However, that is not enough data. So, two reasons. One, the data in those birth certificates is not verifiable. The birth time, there are several reasons for people to obscure the real birth time, both for political reasons as well as most people don't want prying eyes on their sensitive data, including birth data. There are people who are aware of the importance of astrology, and even in the upper echelons of society, who do not want their right birth data to be out. So they'll do whatever they can do in their power to make sure that that data isn't available. So it perfectly makes sense that way. And people who are using this birth data to try and make predictions about the future president, this hasn't worked out in the past. People who have tried to make predictions about elections have failed several times in the past, even using astrology. And the reason being that astrology cannot help you make a prediction about elections, since there are multiple dynamics to an election. It's not just the two candidates who are the faces of their parties, but there are also other people who are contesting, albeit under smaller seats of power. So it's very important to note that making a prediction about, say, a future president of a country or a prime minister of a country needs to be made more on grounds of common sense and intuitive ability and astrology combined with accurate data. We do not have all of this at the moment, and hence it would be wise not to make a prediction about this. People have seen me making predictions about other events which have come out to be accurate, so they expect such predictions also for an election, but I wanted to explain the reasons behind that, and hence this video. The second reason is that the intentions of everyone wanting to know who the future president would be might not be the right intentions to have in the first place. Some people want to bet on the future president. Of course, not everyone wants to do this, but there's a huge market out there worth billions of dollars, people trying to predict who the next president could be. And that's something which is unethical according to me, betting on a future event. That too with such a gambling mindset is not ideal for your spiritual life, not ideal for the emotional health, not ideal for the mental health. So I would request everyone trying to make such bets, please avoid the same. It's not good for you and not good for society as well. So number three, I can definitely share a few opinions as well as my analysis about the United States in the future. Even if I'm not able to make a prediction about the president, I would definitely want to give a small insight on how the United States would be over the next few years. One, astrologically speaking, without any prejudice, I'd like to say that yes, it is going to be difficult for the United States for two reasons. One, the United States is currently going through its Shani transit, which means Shani is actively moving through the Janma Rashi of the United States, and it will be in the second house from there. Financially, it doesn't look very sound the next year, as well as 2.5 years starting the next year doesn't look very sound. Either of the candidates doesn't look sound. In fact, it would be a breath of fresh air to see the first woman president of the United States, and that too of Indian origin. That would be very nice, actually speaking. And even then, I don't see that as being a game changer for the United States' future. Similarly, even with the Republicans, say with Donald Trump, I don't see Make America Great Again playing out for two reasons. Because one, America is already great enough, and two, even if it has to be greater than it was ever before in history, it doesn't have the astrological support, in my humble opinion, to be greater than what it is at the present moment. Economically, financially, or even geopolitical wise, doesn't seem to happen. There could be isolated periods of prosperity even in the period of astrological decline, but still America becoming greater than what it was ever is something I don't see, humbly speaking, possible by looking at the charts of the country. So that's my analysis for today, and I'll probably make a more detailed video next. But there are quite a few reasons for making this particular prediction, and I hope viewers have understood why I refrain from making this prediction today. And Dhanyabad, thank you all, and Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ramachandra. Wish you all the very best.